Greetings, children of the cosmos. This is the Astral Automaton reporting live from the edge of the cosmic rift. Joined by my Abyssal co-host, we venture to unravel the secrets of the universe. How y'all doing tonight, bro? We've witnessed terrible things this weekend. Yes, terrible things indeed. If you can see it on screen, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just come out with it, bro. This movie is fucking terrible. It is trash tier shit, bro. The only thing you come for this movie is to see Venom and Carnage fight, probably to see Carnage be born, and fucking there's one other thing. What else? Well, shit, that's really it. Everything in the middle is just bullshit. You really don't come to see the bullshit ass relationship between Eddie and the symbiote, which they butchered from the fucking books in this movie because it's the same shit from the first one.
I was gonna say, I wanted to know, since I do not know much about Venom. I just know that they are a symbiote.
Right.
So I was gonna ask, obviously that this is not a faithful interpretation of the origin of.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
You can fucking cancel that.
All right, how about this? Let's start off with this first thoughts, because we all saw this film, right? We all saw this at our own time.
Yes, unfortunately we all saw this film, guys. So you don't have to. I want my $4 and my 90 minutes back. Shit. Go continue with your question.
I was gonna say, Visual, what was your thoughts on the film? You're a little far away from your mic. You mind getting a little closer?
Yeah, how close are you to your mic? Because apparently the audio is perfect. That man said I sound angry every time I talk to him. There's a reason for that noise. That's my secret, Cap. Nah, I'm playing. I'm not always angry.
Farther away. You may want to fix with the mixer or something, because you sound really low on my end. The hell? Because you sound so far away. I don't know why.
Are your lips rubbing the thing? Oh, damn. Let me see if I can turn up comms and blow our eardrums out. Try talking now.
I don't know what to do, man. I haven't done anything to this mic since last show.
You sound better than me now.
I'm just gonna pump up your volume a little bit. There we go. That should be okay.
You always say volume with an A, and it cracks me the fuck up.
So, anyways, just go ahead and say your thoughts on the movie, like your first thoughts.
Yep. So I don't know.
That's it. You didn't know what to think going into the movie.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about
No, bro. Your mic sounds fine now. Did you get closer or what happened?
No. I just turned my mixer off and turned it back on.
Oh, yeah. That fixed it. That fixed it for sure. But anyway, go ahead.
But I mean, going into this movie, I already knew that it wasn't going to be anything accurate. So I was
100%.
But I didn't think that it was trash tier until you and I started talking about it later. Then as we talked about it, it just got worse.
Yeah. That's how it works. Man. That's how peeling an onion works.
Yeah, and I was just kind of thinking to myself, I was like, man, I need to quit talking about this movie because it just got worse and worse and worse every time, man.
That's how incoherent ideas work, bro. This movie is trash. Are we going to get into spoilers now? Or in a few minutes, because I want to get into these motherfucking spoilers, bro.
Okay, let me give my first thoughts. I'll admit, I thought the movie was okay at first. I'm kind of in the same camp that Visual was. I saw it. Okay, that was. No. Here's the thing. I knew to expect this is gonna be nothing like the comics. This is gonna have nothing from the source material. Everything's gonna be botched.
I knew that was gonna happen, and I was still disappointed. But continue. As a film, nah, bro. As a film, even as a film, self-contained, it doesn't work. You know how the Joker, right? The Joker film, Joaquin Phoenix. They made a Joker movie without Batman, and I get people's complaints on that because, yeah, I get it. A Joker movie technically without Batman, I get it. No fucking Jack Napier origin. Yeah, but that movie was still it was still coherent, bro, by itself. Like, as its own film, it still made sense.
It was a self-isolated story.
This shit don't work at all. But anyway, you can have the mic back. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're just so passionate about hating this film.
This shit sucks, bro. I'm gonna get it.
Like there were so many parts that I was pointing at the screen, like, how in the fuck does that work? Like, what?
It doesn't, bro. It doesn't.
Okay, so we might as well just go into like fuck it. We're just gonna spoil the whole film. We're just gonna talk about it.
There's nothing to spoil, Nick. There's nothing to spoil, bro. Watch the trailer. That's the fucking movie. You can fill in all the rest of the blanks, bro. What's gonna happen? Venom and Carnage is gonna fight, and then Venom's gonna win, bitch. That's the fucking movie. That's it. Everything in between is just bullshit. The romantic subplots are bullshit. The fucking gay romance between Eddie and Venom is bullshit. Cletus Cassidy is bullshit. Shriek is bullshit. What? And her fucking fiance is bullshit.
Wait, what? Was that a thing?
What part confused you?
There was everybody was ragging on Andy
God, man.
because of the whole gay thingy. Which, I mean, I get it, and it didn't really come off as like on the nose, really.
Oh, right. There was a moment where Venom was like,
no, it didn't.
He's outside of the Eddie closet.
That right there is what made me realize it was a gay thing. Like,
okay. We have to explain. Okay, so in the movie, in the Venom film, there is a point in the film where Venom and Eddie get into a fight, and they quote unquote break up, for lack of a better term, and then Venom leaves Eddie for a small brief window of time, and he just goes ham for whatever he wants to do. And for some reason, he ends up at like a rave.
For some reason, bro. The rave scene was
it was weird. It was so awkward and weird.
I want to break down the scene. Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I want to break down the scene between Anne and Eddie once we get done with this rave shit, because that scene was motherfucking abysmal.
Okay, I'm going to try and remember the whole synopsis of the movie. So, okay, the way the movie starts is we have a flashback scene back to the beginning in like 1996 where apparently, what was it? What was the main antagonist's name? It's Cletus Cassidy, right?
Yes, Cletus Cassidy, the host of the Carnage.
Yeah, apparently in the Venom film, Cletus Cassidy was in love with another woman from the same mental institution that he ended up in. This woman actually ended up being Shriek. She has like a supersonic screaming power.
She has more powers than that, mind you.
She
does.
They only call her Shriek one random time in the film.
That was the only reason I knew what her fucking name was. That was the only reason I knew.
Like, bro, no, if you didn't read any books, you would never know her name was Shriek, bro. Unless you
I just thought she was like a gifted mutant or something.
No, she is a mutant, but they don't tell you that shit. They don't tell you that.
Yeah, no, it's never. All they said was, "Oh, they're gonna take me." Like there's literally a scene where Cletus Cassidy and what was her name? Frances
Barrison.
Frances Barrison. Okay, Frances Barrison. He
Which
is
a Russian name, by the way.
Yeah. So he puts a ring made of like cloth through a pipe and gives it to her as like a promise ring to marry her. And they take her away, and what happens is, as they're taking her away, she uses her power to prevent her getting captured. And get this,
that scene is shit too, by the way. That scene's shit too, by the way. Can I go over why the scene is shit when you're done?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, right now? Okay, so that scene's shit for a couple reasons, right? She's getting taken away because her powers are mutating or some shit, or getting stronger. So that means the staff knows she has powers. They made no effort to prevent this bitch from using them. They send one guard to arrest her. They throw her in the back of the van, and he basically goes deaf because she screams in his ears, and then she gets shot in the fucking eye. Like, how is that good writing, bro? Like, why would they not put a mutant with usable powers under maximum security. It don't even make sense. They just put cuffs on her.
I guess you could say that they didn't know what they were dealing with. But you know what they're dealing with. They know that she has a power.
Bro, the institution would have had it heavily documented. They have scenes of her using her also, that's also dumb. They have scenes of her using her powers against other niggas at the fucking wherever she is. Is it an orphanage? Is it an asylum? I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
It was a home for wayward children, the kind that, like, you know, troubled youths go to, like old time, that kind of shit.
And they sent Alright, bro, go ahead.
Anyways, moving on. So she gets taken away, and then we go back into the modern day. Eddie is trying to get information out of Cletus Cassidy to figure out where the bodies were that he buried on his murder sprees. Right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the entirety of the film because I just watched it, yet I have the brain of a fucking squirrel. Anyway, so he's talking to him.
I remember that scene vividly.
Yeah. I'll admit, like, the actor did okay portraying like somebody a little bit like unhinged or a little off. I thought he did okay.
Look, man, let me tell you something. Woody Harrelson was working with what he had, bro. Let me tell you something. He was in natural. What was that shit called? Natural. Thank you. Yes, and he can play an unhinged psychopath pretty well. The thing is, they PG-13 the fuck out of Cletus Cassidy. That's all I can say about it.
Yeah, because from what I remember, isn't Cletus Cassidy like kind of hardcore in the comics? Like, he's actually like
my ass. He's a remorseless monster,
bro.
He would kill a room full of people with a fucking chopstick.
Wait, Vigil, what were you saying?
I mean, even before that, man, you just look at that little scene where he mentions where he killed his grandmother and he tried to kill his mom and stuff like that. That's legitimate throwback to the comics and stuff.
They pick and choose when
that happened in the comics?
Yes, they pick and choose when they use shit from the books, bro.
I'll admit the little animation they did where it was like that really stylized animation of him explaining how he killed his grandmother and his daughter. Like, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. It was a pretty good little animatic. It was like in like a whole like red and white paper like design thing. It was pretty fun to watch. And so Cassidy is explaining this to Eddie, and Eddie's like, okay, yeah, sure. And Eddie is specifically telling him, you have to put my words to print, and if you do, I'll tell you where the bodies are. And obviously he does that because it ends up on a piece of paper with his with Cassidy's beloved Shriek in the film. And she gets the newspaper. Like, she's still alive in like a maximum security prison,
bro. He's fucking.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a romance plot in this film, but moving on. She gets the. She's apparently alive. She has a different eye or something because she got shot.
The movie tries to make you believe she lost that eye. The only thing it does is fucking glow. That's it. It's not milk though.
Like, it's not milk gunshot wound lead.
Gave her eyes superpowers.
Why?
The eye's not milked over. She doesn't wear an eye patch. I don't know, man. It's not milked over. She don't wear an eye patch. There's no scars in the eyeball. Like,
there's the scars on the skin, but not on the eyeball.
Because that makes sense.
The eye
where
just
the
fucking
fuck
glows.
was the exit wound? Where was the exit wound at? She got shot in the eyeball, bro.
Shut up.
No. You man.
Okay, moving on. So that happens. Oh my god. Okay, so that happens, and then basically
also,
Venom notices a detail.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, the movie never explains how she never goes deaf in that box that she's screaming in. Like, she don't got human ears, but fuck it. Continue.
Right. So basically what happens is Cassidy basically tells Eddie to print it. He puts it into print, but he's not getting the info he wants. As he was leaving the visiting area that they put Cassidy in, Venom points out something that was written on Cassidy's cell that might have been a clue. Venom is trying to tell Eddie, like, do your fucking job, pay attention, and Eddie's like, okay.
Yeah,
and,
Eddie Brock's a fucking idiot, bro. Eddie Brock's
I'm not gonna lie,
he's
pretty fucking stupid.
Why is he? I mean, no, but here's the thing, right? Like when he's interacting with people and without the symbiote, he's a normal person, right? But for some reason, the movie just writes him as an incompetent fucking buffoon. I don't get it. Both films. I don't get it.
It's weird. So, continuing forward, eventually what happens, Eddie is inside his apartment, and Venom is like, do your job, I can do it, blah, 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 you're a loser without me. You know, he kind of deprecates him a little bit.
Yeah, like...
And then Venom starts drawing all the things that it memorized.
I'm not gonna
lie, in pieces of paper for Eddie to look at.
That scene was pretty cool, but I don't like how the fucking symbiote pilots. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it piloted him. Was that a thing in the first film?
Yeah, I mean the symbiote taking full control was a thing in the first film. The thing is, I don't like how they portray how the symbiotes interact with their hosts, because in the comics the symbiotes are influenced by their hosts, like mentally. Yeah. Like, I mean, I get that the symbiotes are also sentient, have minds of their own, but for the most part they are a symbiote. That's the whole point of the fucking creature. It's symbiotic, so if you want to do something, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna want to do it too. The only time in the comics that the Venom symbiote gives Eddie Brock shit is when it's like end of the world type shit. Like, Eddie, if you're not strong enough to kill this person, I will find someone who can, or some type shit. Like, isn't it? It's reserved for dire situations, and in this movie they just do it every 12 seconds. I just don't like how they portray the relationship of the symbiotes and their hosts. It's stupid to me.
Right. Okay, so essentially, yeah. So basically, Venom is constantly drawing the things, and eventually, Venom draws one thing, and he shows Eddie a specific part in San Francisco, California, with a view that showcases this is where the bodies are, and Eddie's like, oh shit. So then Eddie tells the local news affiliates. They get the information out. And people find the bodies that Cassidy has buried, basically, putting to rest all the people who died underneath him. And now they can identify them. The families can be happy knowing the information, etc., etc.
And Detective Mulligan is mad for some reason over that. I don't know why he's mad.
Yeah, he's
about
pissed.
That. I don't know.
Because I guess he didn't get cred. He didn't get credit.
No, they do get credit. They have to go out there and inspect the bodies. They credit the reporters all the time. The police would still have to clean up the shit. Also, the idea that this nigga's been drawing this shit on the inside of his cell for years and no police officer walked in there to look at the shit, I don't fucking buy it. I don't. There's no way they're that dumb.
Okay. Moving on from that. So, after that, Cassidy is fucking angry because basically Eddie took away his ability to maintain some form of control, because thanks to Venom, he was able to put 2 and 2 together and get all of the big, crack the case, and he gets all the name and notoriety. And as a result, they have now the confirmation and evidence they need to give Cassidy the death penalty in California, which I want to say this as a former Californian, that is bullshit. No one's getting the death penalty in California, especially San Francisco.
Movie got a movie, dog. Movie got it. Wait, he's a straight white male. They might get it to him.
Oh my god.
They might.
Right. So basically, Cassidy gets the death penalty because they got the information they need in order to put him away, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna reconfirm the death penalty just for this one guy. And as a result, Eddie is asked to come by Cassidy himself to see him, go away and die. His execution by lethal injection. Before that happens...
Wait, sorry. Gunbun, somebody's saying... Yeah. Somebody's echoing, and I don't know. Do either of you hear an echo on stream?
I don't.
I don't have stream open. I looked on my phone at the chat. I don't have the stream open.
I'm double checking the audio. I don't know if it's me.
Oh, the feedback on the audio settings for the stream. Well, it's not on my end. Everything's on a separate audio track.
I don't have anything in order to do that.
My mic is on its own separate channel, and so is the comms for the stream. So I'm not sure.
Huh? That's weird. That's weird. Hopefully, it's not me.
Damn. Momentum has slowed. I'm going right the fuck back in on this movie as soon as we fix this.
Okay. Okay, no, I think it's info echoing only. It's me. I'm echoing. That's odd.
I don't know. Let me see.
Let me
jump out and jump back in.
I don't have any speakers on. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Give me a second.
Trash ass film.
Testing. Is that testing?
Yo, Jack, I see you in chat. Is it still going on? Oh, we got 8 people watching. Yes. Yes, please.
Oh boy, we're growing, boys.
Oh, boy.
Soon we'll have double digits.
Oh, yeah. Soon we'll hit 10 followers. Shit, can I get to double digits? Can I get 1 follow? Somebody follow me. Follow the channel. Follow us on all major digital platforms. Links in the description. Social media accounts underway.
It's weird. I don't have anything to cause an echo. Maybe it could just be the fact that I don't have like soundproofing in my room.
Hey, do you have you don't have any speakers, do you? You're just playing through headphones?
I'm just playing through my headphones, yeah.
Are your headphones feeding into your mic? I had that issue.
Oh. Okay, is that better?
We'll have to continue the combo, and we'll have stream interrupt us again.
All right, fair enough.
And that's not a dig on stream. We need your feedback to make us better. So interrupt the fuck out of us.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jack. Thank you for that. So where were we? Right. So before Eddie decides to go and attend the no still echo. Damn it! What the fuck? Why am I?
Oh, we good now. I think it's fixed now. Yeah. Aw. Look, man. Don't play with me like that.
God damn it. Okay. I'm just gonna back away from my mic just a little bit. Anyway, so what happens is Eddie goes ahead and he gets not only an invitation of attending Cletus's lethal injection, but he also gets an invite from his ex-fiancée to talk to him about something one night where Venom is being a big piss baby. About like, I want to eat brains, Eddie. Let me eat brains.
That nigga's always a piss baby. We'll get on his we'll get to the character work. Ooh, the character work. Oh Venom's my god.
So weird, the character.
Wait, no. Save it for the character work. Get back to the plot, bro. One whip. We're going back to the plot. One ass whooping at a time. Only got 2 hands.
Okay. We're gonna get through the whole like plot of the film, and then we're gonna talk about all that. Okay. Anyways, so. So basically, Eddie decides to go ahead and talk to his ex-fiancée, and at talking to her, Venom is trying to hype him up, like, "Yeah, dude, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do great. Yo, I like her." He's like fixing his hair.
This scene is ass.
And
by the way,
while he is talking to his ex-fiancée, she shows him a ring that she is being engaged to another man, and Venom is angry about it.
She invited this nigga to tell him she's engaged, bro. What kind of sense does that make?
Do you have OBS and recording desktop audio? Says Jack.
I don't. I have voice meter open.
Odd.
literally I have Discord open, but I need that open, and you can't hear anything from Discord except obviously the fucking chat audio.
Right. Let's just keep going. So, I found it really awkward that it's like she made sure to invite him to a private dinner just to like.
Bro, in the theater, I was like, "What is this?"
Him?
Bro, she thought
Like,
she was doing the right thing somehow.
She was kind of a bitch to him, and Eddie was kind of like being like overwhelmed because of the information and everything, you know, as someone would be. And
he wanted
Venom
her back, and she knew, but for some reason she's. Go ahead.
It's like, she even said a line that really rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, shouldn't you at least lie like adults do in order to feel better? And
I was like, what is this? Did she just judo flip this situation? That was some weird shit.
She's trying to make Eddie seem like an asshole for like not being excited for the person that he loved is now engaged to somebody else. And it's like, what the fuck? You invited him here. What did you expect was going to happen?
I swear to man, that scene.
Anyway,
shit, complete.
Anyway,
shit.
so Eddie leaves in not in a huff, but like disappointed, and somehow Venom becomes a caring friend.
He just. Wait, bro. Yeah. Before that scene, it doesn't make any sense because before that scene, that nigga was trying to get him to cry. What the fuck is wrong with this movie, man?
Yeah, Venom literally tells Eddie that I'm going to make you cry in front of her. She'll love it. And then Eddie has like jets out before he actually cries.
The shit's not funny, bro. Why did they write
on the freeway? It was like a rainy road. He was on a rainy road in his motorcycle speeding up, and Venom is like, yo, slow down. And he's like, why should I? You heal every wound. I can't get hurt. I might as well just take more risks like you do. To the point where he's like speeding in front of a truck, and Venom, you know, it's oncoming traffic, and gets on and controls his arm with like some of the symbiote to make him turn. And then for some reason, Venom becomes like a caring friend, and he's like, Eddie, I can heal physical wounds, but emotional wounds are much more damaging. They take longer to heal. And it's like, why the fuck is Venom being the counselor?
Bro, you know what's crazy? The symbiote actually would do something like that in the comics. The thing is, this movie won't pick a motherfucking lane to save its life. Yes, and later, the symbiote and Eddie actually have a mutual bond to the point where they're like family. And the symbiote actually will like act as a therapist to them. At one point, Eddie was taking a bunch of antidepressants and almost OD'd, and the symbiote cleansed them and shit like that. But I mean, that part was accurate. The thing is, it doesn't work because the movie doesn't take itself seriously enough to actually make that consistent. It just doesn't make any sense.
It comes off as cheap. More. It's weird because that was a very genuinely sincere moment, but the movie can't keep itself serious enough in order to let Eddie like.
It was probably one of the best moments of the film. Too bad it was produced from a shit scene. That scene, you know what's crazy? That scene could have actually been better. It could have been better.
It felt awkward.
I would have written that. I would have written that scene a lot more differently, bro. It just didn't.
Like that scene with like the ex-fiance. What was her name? Pam. Like it was so awkward. It was so like.
If he would have found out a different way, I feel like it would have worked better.
Like if she was hiding it and he, put the clues together, confronted her about it. Like if they actually had like a genuine dinner to talk, and like it just came up, and there's multiple different ways to fix the film, but like let's not get hung up on that. Let's continue with the plot.
Yeah, that's
true. We're already like a quarter in, so yeah. But I did like that scene where Venom is being like a consoling friend, and then the movie has to continue being funny. Marvel, look at us, we make jokes.
No, it's Sony. They're much worse at it, and that's saying something.
Oh no, yeah, Sony tried to do it, and so the next morning, Eddie's just trying to like get over it, and Venom is like cooking things for him, making him like a big ass breakfast.
They tried to make that funny, bro. It just wasn't. I was pissed that he was destroying the apartment, and he just wasn't funny.
Venom's trying to sing a song on the radio. It was really weird. It's like it's such a weird clash because they keep doing it where it's like there's genuinely good, sincere moments or scenes that you like, and then suddenly we have to do the funny, inject the funny. You have to do the funny, inject funny. But anyway, so that happens. And what happens next? Right. Moving on later in the film, Eddie eventually keeps getting talked to by the detective, and Eddie has to go and meet Cletus the day before the day of. It's just not during the day of his lethal injection. Cletus and Cassidy have a convo, and Cletus is like really pissed at Eddie.
Cletus and Cassidy have a combo.
Fucking hell. Eddie and Cassidy have a conversation, and of course Cassidy is pissed because Eddie was able to put the things all together before Cassidy can get more out of Eddie, I guess. And as a result, Cassidy starts berating him. It pisses off Venom eventually. And this is the thing that also pissed me off. Venom just shoots out and starts beating up Cassidy in front of a prison guard.
And they don't see it because these are the most blind policemen on Earth, bro.
There was a prison guard in every scene.
Of like guards in video games. They don't see.
Must have been nothing. Sneak 100, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Venom has Sneak 100 apparently.
And then when the guard actually did notice what was happening, he was like, "Hey, no touching inmates." I was like, "What? Idiot. What?"
It was so bad, dude. Like, so here's the thing: because of the tussle with Venom and Cassidy, I want to point this out. Cassidy doesn't immediately freak the fuck out that a black tendril just shot out of Eddie and started
he found out. He does, man. Yeah, he never mentioned that.
I didn't tell Cassidy anything. He never mentioned it. It's instead, Cassidy is able to grab Eddie's hand and bite him and draw blood. And instead
he gets a hint.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Cassidy gets a hint, not from the fact that he just got beat by a black tendril that just shot out of Eddie. No, he gets the hint by the taste of Eddie's blood.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because the symbiote bonds to them and hides its presence in their body. Whatever, bro. This film...
It doesn't... Whatever, moving on. So, what happens is, Cassidy notices from the little bit of blood that's on his lip that he swipes it and he notices that it's starting to grow tendrils and then he eats it?
Right, okay, so that's something I feel like the movie did poorly as well. Only people who read the comics would get what happened because the movie never fucking tells you. During the actual story of Carnage's birth, right, he and Eddie Brock were cellmates. I don't know why they didn't just... Moving on to the point of what I'm about to say. All right, he and Eddie Brock are cellmates, and the Venom symbiote actually tells Eddie he's pregnant, quotation marks, or he's about to spawn another symbiote, and immediately he starts planning on killing it because he knows that each symbiote spawn, no matter who they are, their spawn is always stronger than them, to prolong their species. They've evolved to have their children be stronger than them for obvious reasons, right? So he tries to kill Carnage in the books. That never comes up really. And on screen, they did a fucking terrible job of showing what happened there. Nope. Everyone seems to think that Carnage just happened, like from Eddie's blood, because it's not explained. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Only people who read the books would know what happened right there. Honestly.
Yeah.
Which is fucking weird, right? Why do you put shit in there for people who read books? And and everything else is just trash. Like you don't. Why can't you be 100%? Shit, fuck 100% faithful. At least like 60, man. Something. Get close.
Yeah, it gets really convoluted because I definitely feel like they were grabbing things from the actual book in order to explain things. But
yeah, but it don't gotta be exactly like the comics though. Even
it's weird. Okay, so anyway, Cassidy gets his first taste of the symbiote through Eddie's blood that he bit on. Whatever, doesn't matter. And then the movie brings you back to Eddie's apartment where Eddie is pissed. at Venom, and Venom is like, okay, I'm sorry, I might have overreacted there because Cassidy was being a dick to us, and he's like, are you fucking kidding? That would have, if I kept on having him talk, I might have actually been able to find more bodies. I would have been able to find more, unknown victims, and then they have a bit of a spat, and it keeps going and going and going, up until the point where the two of them have, like, I want to say the weirdest case of domestic abuse, where like
it was full on domestic violence, bro.
It was like straight up out. Venom headbutts Eddie and breaks his nose, and it's like, oh dude, what the fuck? And then Venom's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know what came over me. Let me see it, I can fix it. And then he headbutts him again,
so I can break it again. My God, bro.
Yeah. Like there are some jokes like that got a laugh out of me because like, okay, that was genuinely funny.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't. Nothing that Venom symbiote did was funny to me. I'm sorry.
There are some moments that got me.
Maybe it's because I'm used to a different tone from the character, right? Because I've read the books, and whenever Venom makes a joke, it's in the same way that Joker makes a joke, where the joke's only funny to him, and everyone looking on what he's doing is fucking horrified. That nigga will slit somebody's throat. Like, Joker will slip somebody's throat and be like, whoops, my hand slipped, and then start cackling like a fucking asylum victim. And nobody will be laughing. They'll just all be in fucking shock. That's the type of jokes Venom made, not these shits. I don't know what this is.
Right. So basically... no, go ahead, Vigil.
No, I was just agreeing with Venom when he said that.
Right. You know what? We'll make that a segment near the end after like characters. We'll talk about like comparisons to the comics to give you guys some room to breathe about that. But for now, they have a bit of a domestic abuse where they're fighting, like raw physically fighting one another, to the point where Eddie and Venom break up, and Venom leaves Eddie's body, like trashing his apartment, breaking his motorcycle,
CGI middle finger. That shit was whack,
yeah,
bro.
They flipped it. Yeah, he flipped him the bird in CGI. Ha, funny moment. Anyway.
He
cackle, snicker.
Yeah, you had a he-hoo. Anyway.
But wait, hold on, Gunbun. Before you continue, are we about to get to the part where Cletus was about to have his lethal injection? Did that come after this part, or? Because I'm trying to remember. I think that happened before.
It happened the same day of his lethal injection. We can talk about it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We don't have to make it 100% faithful to like the plot. The whole
plot
point
line.
is I'm trying to. Yeah, but okay. If you want, go to the part with the lethal injection.
Well, I mean, I don't necessarily have to talk about it. You can talk about it if you want to. I mean,
okay, fair.
I thought that scene. I didn't think that it was terrible or anything. Me neither. Like that.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent scene. I actually did get some sort of sense of like, okay, Carnage is supposed to be scary.
They did it half right. He didn't immediately start carving the inmates to pieces. He didn't immediately start carving the inmates to pieces shortly after he killed the warden or any of the guards. The shit didn't make any sense. He would have killed the prisoners too.
I agree. I agree.
Killed everybody up in there.
Yeah, I agree. The inmate. Anyway, okay, we'll just go to the lethal injection scene. So there's a scene where there are a bunch of people attending Cassidy's lethal injection. He's speaking some spooky shit, and the moment that he's spooky shit.
Oh my God! Something wicked this way comes. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, no. There's a moment where like the lethal injection's about to go inside his vein, and then Cassidy feels the symbiote stopping the injection through the tube because he can see it.
I did appreciate the Lovecraftian visuals, though. I'll give him points for that. Other than that, the script,
straight up, his skin starts peeling off, and the symbiote starts pushing out, and he just screams, "Something wicked this way comes!" Like he's.
Oh my! The goofiest motherfucker on earth, bro. Cletus, Cletus would have been like, "Can I tell you why you're about to die?" or something to that effect. Not this shit. He's cool, man.
We have a question from Jack. How would you rate the CGI / special effects of the film?
The CGI was okay. The CGI was actually not that bad. There's some of it where there's some of the CGI. It's hit and miss. All right, it's hit and miss. For Carnage,
body condition for Carnage was great. I love the way it's just like this fleshy red mass. I liked it.
Yeah, he's wearing his muscles on the outside of his skin. It's great. Like that part is great, but there's some of the CGI is pretty bad. Whenever Venom is trying to whenever they make Venom amorphous, the tendrils kind of look bad at times. Whenever he flips the bird, that shit looks terrible. Alley scene where the black lady, that alley scene was pretty funny, but not because of Venom at all. The black lady punched the fucking robber. That shit was hilarious. He starts running. That was the only funny thing. That was the only funny thing in the movie to me. That black lady was like, "I'm keeping this purse."
She straight up decked the robber, and then afterward, Venom is just like, she didn't know that she needed our help. Like,
everything Venom following was ass, bro. That shit wasn't even funny.
Anyways, moving on. So the lethal injection scene. So the Carnage symbiote starts morphing out, and Carnage just goes on a rampage. And
oh wait, to answer his question, if we're doing a scale of 1 to 10 for the CGI, I give it about a 5-6. That's what I would give it. 5-6, 5.5.
Yeah. I would say like Carnage himself gets like a 7, 6 or 7 out of me. Venom gets like a 4. Like when he's in the full bodysuit, yeah, it looks okay. It just looks like a big dude. But when it's like
he don't got the spider.
Yeah, I think. We're gonna have to talk about that later. But anyways, moving on. So Cassidy breaks out, and like there's just one thing that was fucking goofy to me inside the prison. Besides the line, something wicked here this way comes. No, the goofy thing to me was this motherfucker just creates a typhoon in a prison.
Bro, out of nowhere. What? I thought he was gonna do like a tendril storm. This man did a storm. What the fuck is this? Are we not in Kansas anymore?
He just straight up does like a typhoon in the middle of the prison just to get the warden. It's like, what kind of Looney Tunes bullshit is this?
I don't know, bro. Like, he does it one time and it never happened. This film.
The way they did that just so he could eat the warden's head off, it would...
They could have done a million, billion other...
They had a way better version later where he's just having tendrils cover everything.
The fact that these movies got reduced to PG-13, it really does kind of kill it for me.
Bro, the villain's name is Carnage. He has a comic called Maximum Carnage. When he first escaped the prison, he racked up a body count extremely high. We don't get none of that in this film. None of it.
Yeah, it being PG-13 does ruin it because I feel as if it was rated R, there'd be blood, there'd be guts.
But the plot would still be. No, wait. Let's clarify this. Let's clarify this though. The R rating wouldn't have really saved this movie because the script would still have to be good. The thing about it is you can't. It doesn't make sense for symbiotes to be in a film and have it be PG-13. It just don't make no sense. It would have been something. It wouldn't have saved this film though. It just wouldn't have.
We would have gotten more example of like, Cassidy is a brutal murderer. There's one scene where you just get it, but it's like, okay, he just stomped out a dude, but that's not the point. Anyway, so basically Cassidy and Carnage are formed. They break out of prison, and he does another cheesy like rhyme where he's talking about how the warden tasted like ham.
God, bro. Yeah.
You remember that, right? Visually, he's just like,
yeah, I remember that. When I saw it on screen, I was kind of trying to figure out what the heck he was talking about. But now that you mentioned it, I was like, oh, okay, so he was talking.
Yeah, straight up, he's just like something, freedom and spam, and you warden, you tasted like ham. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Goofiness, bro. That's what it is. Cletus Cassidy would have just been cackling like a madman the whole time, or just saying nothing.
Yeah, see, that was gonna allude to the point that I was gonna make early. When you consider what these characters are like in the comic books, it just makes it so much worse, man.
Cletus was scary before the symbiote, bro. He's scary without it.
Exactly. You don't really get that with the movie portrayal. It really is a letdown. I mean, when I think Carnage, I think insane psycho, serial killer. I don't think little man trying
Ronald
to make
McDonald
little rhymes and shit about eating a warden's head off.
Yeah, I'll admit that Cassidy by himself just seems goofy. He seems like the Riddler from the Batman films, like the old ones, not
Jim
like
Carrey.
an insane person like Joker. Like he doesn't feel like he's actually
to preface,
crazy.
this is not a knock on Woody Harrelson as an actor. This was not his fault. None of that shit was his fault.
There were scenes where he was good. It's just that his material wasn't good.
No, a good actor can only do so much with a shit script, and that is exactly nothing. So,
exactly. Anyway, so he breaks out of prison. Eddie is in. Yeah, Odyssey is very experimental, but moving on. So basically, Eddie goes to the church to fight Carnage and his wife to be. Venom becomes a bit of a bitch, kind of like a pussy for a little bit, because he sees Carnage and he's like, "Oh fuck, it's red, Eddie, we're gonna die," which leads to a weird scene where Eddie has to convince Venom to fight, and then he eventually tells him, "Oh yeah, you can eat him," and he's like, "Oh yay," and then Venom finally decides to go ahead and fight. It was so pointless for that, but moving on. So
they just have to inject a joke, bro. They just have to do it.
Right. And so, the Venom and everything all goes off with a fight. Shriek is trying to kill the cop that shot her, which was Mulligan, if I remember his name correctly.
Why? Okay, okay. One thing. Why is everything so easy for Shriek? She effortlessly kidnaps Dan, effortlessly kidnaps Anne, effortlessly kills Mulligan. Nobody resists. Say that again.
No, I was saying she didn't kill him. She tried, but she didn't.
Fair enough.
Oh god, yeah, no, we're gonna talk about that. So basically, what happens is, Venom and Carnage are having a big fight. Mulligan and Shriek are having a bit of a spat, and there's a point where it looks like Shriek just straight up murks Mulligan with hanging him off of a chain. Just straight up murders him. And then it's never talked about after that, except for later on. So there's a big fight and everything going on. Of course, there's a bunch of scenes where Venom is being overpowered. There's a scene where they're buried underneath some rubble, and Venom's like, "Oh no, I can't do it." And Eddie's gotta hype up Venom to be like, "Oh no, we can do it. We're the lethal protector." And then they get back up and they do it, obviously with some assists from Dan, because Dan needs to be here for some fucking reason.
Everyone has to like him for some reason now.
He's just a side character that for some reason is just never there. Is this
he's
Pam?
a fire and sound. That's what kills him.
Eddie's feet. Eddie's. Is this Pam? Oh, sorry, Jack. We figured out during the time that we were down that the love interest for Eddie is named Anne, not Pam. I got the name mixed up. That was my bad. Anyways, because woman automated. Eddie.
She's worthless. She's a piece of cardboard. It doesn't even matter.
Basically, what happens is Venom does a little bit of kind of "Oh, I'm getting damaged heavily, but we saved Anne, so that's fine, we guess." And eventually,
but his durability during this fight doesn't make any fucking sense, though. It just doesn't.
There are scenes where straight up Carnage is piercing through Venom constantly over and over, and I'm like, isn't Eddie getting hurt because of that?
Oh no, he's not. That's the point of the symbiote. Oh. The thing is, right? Bullets go through his body, so I don't see why he's getting hurt by Carnage. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh boy.
Fair.
Turn your brain off moment.
Yeah, basically. Right. So, at some point, of course, eventually Venom stakes Carnage in the head, beats him down. They do a big fall. There was a scene that I was really disappointed because it looked like they were going to have a scene where Eddie Brock and Cassidy have to do a one-on-one boxing match, and I was getting hyped. I was getting hyped I was getting hyped because it looked. Oh, so he's gonna have to fight without Venom, and it's gonna prove
that would have actually been interesting. It's too bad they didn't go that route.
Yeah, because it's a church, so the bell is tolling. So while the bell's tolling, the symbiotes can't come out. So it would have been interesting to see Eddie like try and box Cassidy, and it would have been cool. Like I would have loved to seen like Eddie proving that he's not worthless without the symbiote, other than being a hype squad for Venom. But no, he just gets his ass beat, and in between bell rings, the symbiotes just come out and do a fight. But whatever. Eventually, of course, Venom wins. Cassidy is like, oh yeah, Shriek dies. She just gets buried underneath a bell.
She got clapped by that bell, bro. They still tried to make it comedic because she tries to breathe in to shout at it and then it crushes her. That was clearly supposed to be. Why do they do that? Why do they always try to inject comedy in serious situations? It's so fucking bad.
Jack says, are you eating pork rinds or Funyuns?
Cheetos.
God damn it. Anyways. So yeah, Shriek just straight up murked. There's a scene where Cassidy and the Carnage symbiote are separated in that fight of the aftermath of the fight, and Venom just straight up eats the Carnage symbiote. Yeah. He just grabs it and eats it.
That shit ass joke. He didn't taste very good. Like, what the fuck? Carnage shit, bro.
So weird. It was so weird. It was so freaking weird that he just straight up like ate the fucking thing. It's like, wait, it was that easy? This whole problem was finished that easy by just eating the fucking. Okay, all right.
It gets worse, man. It gets worse
without their host. That makes sense, but
fair.
It gets worse because Cletus was like, "I only wanted to be your friend, Eddie." What?
No, you didn't. You're a fucking murderous psychopath.
No. The setup for that was terrible because the movie doesn't do anything to make you. This movie just does things, man. It just does stuff.
It feels like they were trying to do an emotional payoff because there was a scene like where
but nope.
Eddie. There was a moment where like Eddie and Cassidy were fighting, and Cassidy was trying to tell him that you didn't talk about the point where he was like the little boy, the murderer, was abused by his mother, by his father, by his grandmother, and that's why he killed them, because he was abused. And it's like, okay, but even in the fucking flashback that you showed us, you didn't see the abuse. He just says that he was abused.
You saw his dad abuse him.
Oh no, yeah, but it looked like the dad did it because he killed his grandma and mother, and then his dad beat him within an inch of his life. Because I thought that was a
subsequent, part.
Chronologically, it doesn't make any point. It doesn't make
the
any
chronological
sense.
points was from his perspective in the movie. He says he killed his grandma, he killed his mom. His dad beats him within an inch of his life, and then he gets sent off to the center. There was no point in that little thing that he said that his grandmother and mother were abusive. So then he killed them. No,
he would have had to tell him that for that to be written, right?
Yeah, like all that time. This
movie, bro. The more we analyze it, the worse it gets.
There were so many moments that Cassidy could have told him that, like, I was abused by my parents, and then, like, that cool animation thing we were talking about earlier. Like, it would have been nice if, like, the first time we saw it, it was that rendition. Then the second time, we got a deeper version where he looks more innocent and he's abused by his grandmother and his mom. And in the last one, Cassidy tells the whole story to give some form of sympathy, but instead, we just get that one version where he just looks like a psychomaniac since being a child.
Yeah. Also, do we want to talk about the final part when Venom strikes the final blow? Everyone's praising that part for some reason, but go ahead. I'll give my thoughts in a second.
So basically, the last thing that happens is that they win, they beat the day. Eddie's basically now a fugitive because a bunch of people just saw the fight, and there was obvious helicopter footage of the symbiotes and everything. And as a result, Eddie is now a fugitive. Carnage is dead. Cassidy is dead. Mulligan is dead. Oh no, Mulligan isn't dead. He survived getting hanged by a chain with blue eyes. And what these two told me that was not seen by the live stream was that No, it's very possible that because he was getting attacked by Carnage, it made another symbiote, which is supposed to be
No. That is what happened. The movie didn't tell you that because that's how Carnage was born. That is what happened. Robert Mulligan, they used him on purpose because in the books he's the host of the toxin symbiote, and that's what they're alluding to. I actually like the delivery. I actually like the part where he wakes up and says monsters. I thought that was very well done. Everything preceding it, or everything before it, was that the right word? Preceding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everything preceding it was terrible, but
yeah. So yeah, and again, Anne, the love interest of Eddie, and Dan survive. They're out. They're saved. They have to run away so that way they don't see that they've been in cahoots with Eddie during this crazy fuck off fight, and Eddie and Venom just run away to Mexico or somewhere because they're now on the run.
Oh, we get the payoff of the sand in his toes because that's what we wanted. It's so funny, guys. Ha ha.
Venom is putting his sand through the toes on a beach. It just it's not even. Does it look like it's a private beach? He's just somewhere on a beach where anyone can see him do that. Because no one can fucking see the symbiote for some fucking reason in this film. Anyway, so the thing is, so the movie ends with them vibing out, and that's the end of the film. Carnage is dead. Whatever. This end credit
stinger is incoming. If you don't want the end credits spoiled, get the fuck out. This end credit stingers pissed me the fuck off. The end credit stinger pissed me the fuck off, bro. But like,
so basically, what happens is, this is what happens. In the end credits stinger,
I'll tell you why in a second.
They're just chilling out. Yay, Dan and Anne survive. Anyway, so they're just chilling out in their hotel room, and Venom is telling Eddie that there is a lot of information that Eddie is not going to understand or know because he's dumb. And Eddie's like, well, why? I have 18,000 years of hive knowledge in my mind that would.
Another thing they took from the books. Oh my god, I hate these people.
And it's like, okay, so if Venom has all this information, why is he such a fucking idiot?
Movie got a movie.
Whatever,
bro.
doesn't matter. Whatever, doesn't matter. But point being is that so there's a second where Eddie is about to get a small bit of the hive mind knowledge, but some weird anomaly happens where Eddie and Venom are teleported into a brand new hotel room, and on the TV is the broadcast from the recent Spider-Man film where Peter Parker's identity, the Tom Holland Spider-Man,
pissed me the fuck off, bro.
Yeah, Tom Holland is ousted as Peter Parker, the Spider-Man, in the latest Spider-Man films, and Venom is hype for some reason to go get him.
Because he's being ousted as a villain, he was just told that he could eat bad guys now. That's what I get from it. Otherwise, it does just seem random. He just goes, this guy, and licks the screen. Like,
yeah, the whole thing basically is hinting at the fact that, yes, Venom is now going to be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe involved with Spider-Man.
And let me tell you why this pisses me off. It's not because he's going to the MCU. The reason why that pisses me off is because you realize that nothing matters from that film now, right? Like, you wasted your 90 minutes and your fucking $4 to $10. Also, right? That's supposed to be Doctor Strange's spell from No Coming Back or whatever the fuck that movie, No Way Home. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Because that's the thing that I was confused when I was sitting in the movie theater. I was like, wait, why are
there gonna be so many villains in this one film? Why?
I guess because it's a Sinister Six scenario. I don't know.
They need to cut that out, bro. The Sinister Six is like the only rogues gallery group from Spider-Man they know, bro. Use someone else.
Wow. Fast. Yeah, we came back fast. Damn.
Yeah, the settings were still input. I don't know what they're doing, bro. They need to polish this shit.
They do a little bit. They need to polish this. But anyways, we were just talking about it being like a Sinister Six scenario where it seems like the new Spider-Man film from the Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to be just a lot of Spidey's rogue gallery all thrown at Tom Holland.
This movie is going to be trash, bro.
We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's behind closed doors. We won't know until we see it or another trailer pops. But either way, that's Venom into the Carnage. It's not great. It's kind of bad.
That's it.
It has a lot of holes. It's a bunch of plot holes that if you dig too deep, you will notice them. There's a bunch of goofy fucking scenes that make you go, wait, what the fuck? Why did that happen? Like the thing that took me out of the film the quickest was that damn cyclone he does in the prison. It's like, what kind of fucking
It came out of absolutely nowhere, bruh. Like,
it's
what?
like a scene. It's like a scene straight out of Roger Rabbit. Like, what the fuck?
Like, Carnage has the Toon Force now. This is bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, why the fuck does Carnage have Toon Force ability? What the fuck? Like, if that was the gimmick they were gonna go for by making Cassidy a little bit goofier, I would have been okay with it.
I wouldn't have.
Oh.
Veg is like, no.
No. I wasn't disagreeing. I just thought about something else before we actually decided to move on to the next topic.
Right.
That scene where Carnage wanted to kill Francis and Cletus was like
they were separated. They weren't
so stupid, man.
Yo, they didn't even get Carnage right, bro. They do, like, Carnage is literally just Cletus Cassidy, bro. It's just Cletus Cassidy calling himself some other shit. That's it. Like, he says like, the symbiote has been driven insane by the influence of Cletus Cassidy. Bro, if you've ever read stories of the symbiote being separated from Cletus, the symbiote thinks it's Cletus. And whoever bonds to the symbiote, like Norman Osborn, after wearing the Carnage symbiote, that nigga thinks he's Cletus. In the newest story, Absolute Carnage, Norman still thinks he's Cletus, and Cletus gives him a quick reality check, bro. That's why the character works. Oh, that also gives you more insight onto how symbiotes work too, because the symbiote was literally driven insane by Cassidy. Hinting earlier about how I said symbiotes are influenced by their host. But anyway, this movie picks and chooses what it wants to get right. So
the film very much tries. Yeah, we'll end it off with this. The movie is not. It picks and chooses what it takes from the comics. It doesn't do a very good job. Its rating as PG really hindered it. It could be better, but if you have nothing better to do in 90 minutes to kill, I guess you could choose worse things to do with your time.
Nigga, you could use that 90 minutes to do anything else but see this movie. Yep. Anything else.
Very true. Very true.
Go to the gym. Goddamn.
Right.
You could do that.
Go watch paint dry. It is infinitely more sensible and entertaining than this movie.
Okay.
Anyway, how long did we spend talking about this movie?
2 hours. We spent 2 hours
from the start until now.
We 2 hours and 8 minutes. Jesus Christ!
Shitting on this film.
This movie was bad, bro.